hottest stadium in the NFL. A team that is 3-time Super Bowl winning champions of the NFL. A team with some of the greatest players to ever play this game in the Hall of Fame. We also represent the hottest cheerleaders, the most talented cheerleaders, dopest cheerleaders to ever touch a field. And we also are represented by some of the greatest fans to ever be a fan. We're not fans. This is a nation. Raider Nation. And that's what this network is all about. Raider Nation Network. You can find us here on the late night for the Dirty Raider Late Night Talk. And on Friday and Saturday, the Dirty Lunatic Show. Sketch comedy like no other. Raider Nation Network, where we are all about the silver and black. Hosted by Dirty Raider. You know how it goes, man. Raiders! Raider Nation.
What's good? What's good? What's good, man? How y'all living, man? How's everybody today, man? Hope everybody's doing swell. Hope everybody's doing good, man. Salute to one and all. Salute to one and all, man. Was just sitting here watching a little bit of Mikey Raider, man. Glad to see Mikey back on, you know what I mean, doing his thing. You know what I mean? So a little impromptu. But 50 billion things on YouTube. The fact that you allow me to grace your screen for any amount of time, man, is greatly appreciated. Truly believe that, man. I know I say it over and over and over again, you know what I mean? It becomes like a, you know what I mean? But please believe the words that I say are true. You know what I mean? Please believe the words that I say are true. Let's get into the chat, man. I see people in the building. I see people pulling up. I do apologize for last night, but, you know, daddy duty calls. Hopefully we won't have any of that issues this evening. Big Worm, my dude, what's good with you? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Thank you for being a member of the channel. Thank you for always being here. Egalitarian, what's good with you, man? What's good? Salute to you. My boy Circus Raider in the building. What's up, Circus? Hope you're doing swell. Hope all is well with you. Jolie in the building. What's good with you, man? How you doing, brother? Eduardo, my dude, what's good, man? Salute to you, man. Hopefully all is well. I see Fade the Black is in the building. What's up with you, Fade? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing good. Gord is in here. What's good with you, Gord? How you feeling, brother? Hope you had a blessed and wonderful day, man. Hope all is well for everybody out here. I see T29. What's good with you, man? What's good with you, T2? How you doing, man? How you doing, man? Hope all is well. Hope you're doing good. Hope all is blessed. Captain Point, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Hope you're doing good, man. Hope all is well. Man, I saw you took a tumble, man. Hey, look. You know, if you ain't first, you're last. You ain't first. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But yeah, after today, man, I shot up the first in the fantasy, man. I am now in first place. I know that sucks to be the first place in my own fantasy, huh? You know what I mean? But, you know, no shady shit going on here. No shady shit going on here. Salute to you. Thor, what's good, man? How you doing, man? Hope all is well. Keelan Cole, man. Hey, look. It's about your bedtime, man. You know what I mean? It's about your bedtime. I heard your coaches is checking y'all social media. You know what I mean? So you ain't supposed to be on here, man. You know, go get you some rest. Go rest your hands so you can learn to catch the damn ball. The Menace, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you, man. My dude, the Menace 420 in the building. What's good with you, man? Hope all is well. Joseph, what's good, man? Salute to you. I know I'm going down the line. Y'all like, man, come on, man. Let's get into the show, man. All right, we gonna get into the show, man. Jason, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Hope everybody's doing good. Look, I'm gonna do something. Do something for everybody, man. Come on in and vent your frustrations. Come on into the chat and vent your frustrations, man. Links right there. Jason, you ain't doing nothing, man. Pull on up, man. You know what I mean? If you ain't doing nothing, Jason, pull on up, man. Hey, Captain Point, I know sometimes it be like that, man. Sometimes it be like that. I know I lost 1 week where I totally like blanked my mind, bro, and I didn't make any change. I didn't make the proper changes and shit, and I ended up losing. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel you when you say that. So, Raider Chris, 100, what's good with you, man? Salute to you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope all is well. Look, um, so many things going around in the nation. So many things going around on TV. I heard a news analyst say that the Raiders are going to have to make a choice, either the quarterback that they just signed and paid all this money to, or the head coach. They're gonna have to make a choice. Now, I could understand his point of view. You know what I mean? Some would say that, yeah, it kind of looks like that, right? You're gonna have to make a choice. For me, I don't think it's the case. Raider Joe, what's good with you, man? Salute to you. Uh my take on DC pressure, I'm gonna get to that in a hot second. I'm gonna get that to that in a hot second, man. Um, but I think they're both gonna be here. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I feel like they both gonna be here. And I know don't nobody really want to hear that, but I think that's the case. I think you got these cats for one more year. I think you got both of them one more year. Carr not gone. You know what I mean? Carr's not gone. Unfortunately, there's really no quarterback in this draft that is capable of doing anything, man. If DC leaves without somebody being able to step up and do what needs to be done, man, we gonna be looking like this for a long time to come. You know what I mean? We're gonna be looking like this for a long time to come. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a special guest backstage, man, from the from the from the coastal shores of Maine, ladies and gentlemen, by way of Florida, if I'm not mistaken. By way of Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lobster King himself, the one and only Vin Diesel stunt double. What's up with you? What's going
Yes,
on with you, brother?
yes, sir, man. You had it right, man. Pensacola, Florida, brother.
I told you I listens. I listens, man. I got good memory, brother. I,
Nice.
I got good memory, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing better now that I literally just heard you say that because my thinking is DC didn't get that emotional. Just he ain't talking about the players. He's talking about the coaching staff. He, in my opinion, like I think he thinks he was duped into his contract and he was duped into fucking because we got Adams because DC was here. So I think he thinks as soon as as soon as the year's over, they're gonna get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, everything it lines up, and I'm like, that's garbage. But what you just said is how can how can you do that? You can't do that. You can't just draft a guy and or there's nobody out there better than DC that's gonna trade like so. Yeah, give him another year, but dude, I think McDaniels he should have been gone 2 games ago. I think honestly, Carr could have taken over 2 games ago and we could have won out. Like just like last year. Like I don't know, something ain't right in that locker room.
Man, I feel you. Real quick, got another guest backstage, ladies and gentlemen. Got another guest backstage. Um, this man is a fan of the Raiders and the A's and the motherfucking Warriors. Y'all know him as Fade to Black, and I like to call him a lighter shade of brown. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Fade to Black. What's up, Fade?
I
Salute,
love you,
brother.
dirty man. How you doing, God?
God, bro, I love you, man. How you doing, brother? I'm doing
Hey,
good.
Jason, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. And then I haven't been on for a minute, but had to jump on and say hi to Dirty. I was watching the Sultan show for a little bit, but I saw Dirty pop on, so I was like, shoot, I'm gonna make a
You in
little
better
switch.
you in better standings?
I just moved this week, man, so I haven't been on any lives all week and stuff, but I'm a little better right now, brother. But no, I don't want to interrupt what you guys are talking about, but
No,
I
you all
totally
good.
agree. I agree with Jason though, what he was saying about there really isn't anything in the draft. I mean, to let DC go right now would be ridiculous. I mean, in my opinion, right? We got to, and I don't think there's anybody else out there, right, Dirty? They're talking
There's
Brady.
people out there, but we can't afford them.
Exactly.
We
Right.
can't
And we
afford them.
just got Devontae Adams, man. You know, so I don't know, man. But
Right.
Ain't no
honestly,
quarterback in this draft that's gonna be ready in the next year, bro. Like I'm telling you, you could go draft one of them.
yeah,
But
absolutely. And you should.
Just
You
know that
should.
you're gonna have 2 years of this shit that you're watching now.
exactly.
And you're gonna blame DC then when he's not here?
Another thing too, if you think about it, we don't have Renfro out there. We don't have Waller. I mean,
Man.
we always said we'd give him this season with all the tools. We'd give him all his tools.
Man.
But guess what?
We haven't
Renfro's
had
not
all
out there.
the tools.
Waller's not out there. So he doesn't he doesn't have the tools again.
We had Josh Jacobs had a 27-yard run, right? It was called back. It was called back. Had nothing to do with DC.
Yeah.
Right.
Had nothing to do with DC. Devontae Adams had a 29-yard pass down the field. It got called back. That shit had nothing to do with DC.
No.
Hey, what was it? Moreau caught the fucking winning touchdown, and
Oh man,
a lot of people said he dropped it. He didn't drop it, dude. The defender made a
had a hand on
good
it.
fucking play
No,
and swatted it down.
He dropped it.
Well, he did though. I mean, because he got his hands on it first. So
he touched it. It bounced out of his hands. As it bounced out of his hands, the defender swiped at it and knocked it down to the ground.
Yeah.
He dropped it.
Yeah.
I played the fifth on that. I agree with both of you on that, man, because he did have a hand on it.
You can't plead the fifth on that. I can show you the tape. He dropped it. Ain't no pleading the fifth. He dropped it.
Yeah,
come on, man. Let's call a spade a spade.
Well, like last year, dude, and that's why I thought, like, last year, dude, the garbage everything. And who did they look up to? Derek Carr. He took that fucking team. He had that locker room. This year, dude, the locker room is not there. And I think and here's me thinking way too much, way too far ahead. Derek Carr and fucking Devontae Adams, they're pissed and they're saying people ain't holding their weight. I think they're saying like, hey, Josh McDaniels, because like I said, I think Josh McDaniels is trying to use Derek Carr as an scapegoat. Like
because Devontae and DC, man, they're tight, right? Yeah. And you've never seen DC act like this. Now he's being more vocal, right? Saying he's pissed. And Devontae's been saying that too. So I think he's trying to pull the best out of Carr. I think Carr gets a bad rap, man. But I know, but I'm critical of him too when he messes up. But it's not all his fault, man.
No, of course not. It's not even a majority of his fault.
No, it's not.
It's like it's something ain't right in that locker room, man. And like I said, I think Derek Carr got emotional for one because he knew he could win. And two, I think he sees the bigger picture that Josh McDaniels he used Derek Carr as a way to get Devontae Adams on this team. And I think
I don't think that was the case at all.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think that was the case at all. I mean, man, you know what? Let's take a real quick. Let's take a small break. Got a special guest backstage. Want to bring him out real quick. ladies and gentlemen, this is your go-to guy for all your outdoor needs. When it's time to cast your pole into the water,
boy.
he can definitely tell you how to hook, line, and sinker, ladies and gentlemen. He is the host of Yes Sir Outdoors. He is also the CEO of the new Brown Cracker Company. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Raider Twan. What's up with you, Twan?
What's up, Twa?
That's one.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good?
Man,
Bless
over
you.
here, this nigga pulled up looking like a longshoreman.
You
Looking
just
like
got
a
off the lobster boat.
Hey, hey,
You should
when-
have saw him. Yeah, he was on a show yesterday. He had a blanket all around him. I can't remember what show I saw you on, Twan, but you had a blanket all over you and everything.
hey,
We're trying out for Deadliest Catch.
hey, when,
Malcolm X edition.
hey, when you losing, it gets kind of cold. You know what I'm saying? When you losing, it kind of gets cold.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. I'm assuming San Jose is a little cold right now.
It's hey, Raider Nation is real cold right now.
Oh, the whole nation is. Yeah, no kidding. Fact.
Real talk, man.
Right.
Well, I saw you were on a Lunatic show. That's who you were on with yesterday, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you had the blanket. I was like, what the hell is Twan wearing, man?
Yeah, I said some crazy stuff over there too. But
No, I've been jumping on some of the shows and stuff. I just haven't popped on the chat line just a little bit, you know. But I wanted to jump on, see Dirty today. I was on damn, whose show was I watched Sultans for a little bit, you know. But yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I've been doing nothing but karaoke and shit on YouTube. Like I saw Dirty, and I'm like, "Fuck, I'm awake. I gotta see this motherfucker."
hey, ain't nothing wrong with a little karaoke.
Yeah, I was on Critique show earlier, man. We had to go him and Ern and Ghost. I've never met him before. Seems like a pretty cool dude, man. But we were talking about the whole Derek Carr thing too, man. But you know, I don't know.
Yeah, to me, like, yeah, it's. I mean, it's frustrating, but like I said, I think it's something bigger, dude. There's something. I don't know. There's something in the coaching. Josh McDaniels, he just, yeah, like he does not have the locker room, dude. Like there's something wrong. I don't think Derek Carr was talking about players when he said the people in the room, you know. I think he generalized it. And then did you hear fucking McDaniel's response? He's like, I don't know what he's talking about. Dude, that's your fucking franchise quarterback. What do you mean? You didn't talk to him after or nothing? He's just like, I don't know what he's talking about. You know,
Well,
but
I agree with Dirty though, man. They're both going to be here next year, man. We got to be ready for that. They're both going to be here next year.
If they are, then great. You know what I'm saying? Then I don't need to get so mad and wound up. But like, as long as I don't want McDaniels, but as long as they're both here, fine, whatever. You know, let's hash it out. Let's do something.
Look, I think it's gotta.
But something's deeper.
This O line, bro. This O line's got to get fixed, man.
Yeah.
This O line has to get fixed. That's really the biggest problem. That's one of the biggest issues in our losses, bro. Is that they keep coming up with dumbass penalties at the wrong fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And then it makes our attempts harder. And man, like
we went from what, first and fucking to like second and 20. Like we gained 23 yards and got called back. I'm like, come on, dude.
We cannot afford to do that. You know what I'm saying? First and 20, then that leads to, you know what I'm saying, second and 15, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If that, and then you're in third down situation, and we know this O-line. What is their strong suit? If I can even say that at this point.
I agree with you.
Their bread and butter is supposed to be running the ball.
Yeah, but like Dirty was saying earlier, Josh Jacobs, he ran for like what, fucking 15, 17 yards, 20, almost 20 yards, and then got called back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
and it puts us in a hole.
It puts us in a major hole. Because if you have a situation where you're forced to pass and the offensive line is not good at the pass, then what do you think the result is going to be? Don't you think DC's clock is going to be a little faster?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like there's a whole lot of situations there, and I'm not trying to cape for DC, but dang, like we're putting ourselves in that trouble.
And he doesn't have Renfrew out there. He doesn't have Waller. Moreau's dropping balls in the end zone. That could have been we could have won the game if he would have caught that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So it really starts, and I've been saying this. I feel like I'm a broken record, and I'm going to continue to say this. The same things that we said in the beginning of the season that we needed to address for this team to move forward, they failed to address. Offensive line and defensive tackle. Everybody wants to talk about this new addition of Tillery, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, he has a resume, but let me mind you that he just came from he was from the Chargers, which he had injury issues over there.
Yeah, so Jones hasn't helped Crosby out. I'll give it to Crosby, man. He balls out every time. You know what I mean? But he's got no help.
Right, and that's the problem, and that's what that was supposed to be opened up. You know what I'm saying? Is
what the hell is Dirty putting up, man?
God damn.
He's all, hey, lighten up, guys. Looking dirty.
So it starts, and everybody says it. It all starts in the trenches.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
The same trenches that we neglected to really address. We had a carousel. You know what I'm saying? We had McDaniel said himself that we have 7 starters.
Are you guys there, or am I frozen?
No, I'm still
we're here.
Are you there?
There you go.
We have 7 offensive linemen that technically were starters, but then all of a sudden we're, and it seemed like, to be honest with you, I don't know what happened recently, but you know what I'm saying? They looked like they were improving in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Week by week, it looked like they got better and better. You know what I'm saying? But then, like I said, what we thought was our bread and butter, you know what I'm saying, which is the run game.
And we lost to Gus Bradley too, man. So that hurts a little bit too. You know what I mean? I mean on the defensive end.
We'll see.
And to a new coach. Jeff Saturday has never coached the game before, and we lost to a new coach too.
And that's the thing. That's the thing I got so excited for, dude. The preseason and like 2 games in, I'm like, finally, a fucking coach that is gonna hold people accountable with the mental mistakes, right? But then because we had like 0 fucking penalties, dude. And I'm like, this is amazing. This is how we win. And then that shit just went out the window. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what happened? Like, it was so weird.
Carr put it out there yesterday, man, in that interview, in that presser. There's something going on in that locker room, and it's showing on the field right now. It is.
It was confirmed by DC, and then it was second by DA.
Yeah.
No, DA's been all over these guys, man. Yeah.
So it could be a whole lot of things, right? It could be a player. They could be talking about players. They can be talking about coaching. Here's the thing: all we can do is speculate.
Right.
Until they actually put a name behind who they talking about, all we can do is speculate, right? But let's address the real issue and the fact that this is a conversation that even needs to be had by anybody. That's the real issue, is that you have players in the locker room that feel like some of y'all motherfuckers just don't care.
Right. And see, I would blame that on the head coach. Like I told y'all last season, man, I'm like, I believe like the head coach should be the leader of men. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was, when I was running shit,
Any head
like
coach that allows his locker room to be divided is not a good head coach.
exactly. See, my definition head coach, you're a leader of men. You make sure you do those speeches and rowdy up fucking people behind you, and then you hire the best offensive minds. You hire the best defensive minds. Yes, you look after, but my definition of a head coach is just like you're the leader of men. You bring everything together. That's why
Yeah,
I
just
like
like
Versace.
I was just gonna say that Rich Bisaccia, man.
Yeah. That's why I liked him so much, because everybody got behind him,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, especially with all the adversity they were going through, and they got us into the playoffs. I like what Rich Bisaccia did. And we were all riding high on Ziegler and the McDaniels coming in. We were all riding high on them.
Can I ask
made great moves.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Did Jonathan Abram get a dub this weekend?
Did he?
Yeah, he did, bro. Green Bay beat the fucking Dallas Cowboys in overtime.
Mm-hmm. I can't say what I said over at Lunatic Show about it. I can't do that over here, Dirty.
I told y'all he was gonna get picked up and he was gonna win this week, and we wasn't. Too resilient, my dude. What's good with you, Mike? Salute to you. Salute to you for real, for real. What's good, everyone? I'd hate for them to get rid of Carr this season and have McDaniels fired midway next season. I'll be heated for real. Hey, I feel you, bro. Thank you for the donation to the channel, man. Greatly appreciate that. For real, for real. Much love, much respect to you.
The last year was special.
You have any internet issues?
Yeah, he
Nah,
did.
I reached for a beer and turned my microphone upside down and it unplugged.
last year was special. You know what I'm saying? And they
I told you about that goddamn speaking say.
they had an issue or a situation where if they didn't make the playoffs, they had all the excuses in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And,
and
if they made the playoffs, then it would have been, a phenomenal season, right?
Icing on the cake, yeah. They could have folded.
Exactly. They had all the excuses in the world. And what helped in that situation, and people are so on Bisaccia, and I'll tell you where it really came down to it. Bisaccia allowed the coordinators to coordinate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we were in a situation, especially on our offensive side of the ball, where DC knew, the playbook.
Gruden's playbook, yeah.
Like it was, like the back of his hand, you know what I'm saying? And because he knew the playbook, Greg Olson pretty much was like, go ahead, DC.
Run with it, yeah.
Do your thing.
Right.
Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? So Josh Jacobs played well those last 4 games, and he was a part of the success. But that was DC running that offense. defense.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
It was like Peyton Manning when he came to Denver and won the Super Bowl. Like, I don't want to say it was like that because DC is a lot better than when Peyton played for fucking Denver. But like just the experience and the play calling,
Yeah.
dude, Peyton won the Super Bowl just on the fact that he could read the defense that good. And that's how Derek Carr was last year. You know what I'm saying? He read it, he opted out of it. You know what I'm saying? He played his heart out and he had the team behind him. That's why I say this year, dude, if we would have lost Josh McDaniels 2 weeks ago, we'd be on a 2-game winning streak because everybody would fucking rally behind Derek Carr. I really believe that.
But who?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Twan. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Twan.
No, you're good. Go ahead, Faye.
No, I was just gonna ask if we had let him go, Jason, who would be our coach right now?
It doesn't even matter. Same thing that it did.
Derek Carr. Let DC do what he needs to do.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's because honestly, Derek Carr was the coach last year. Yeah, everybody loved like you just said though. Versace stood back and let everything, and he just like, hey, I'm gonna support you guys. You guys are the players. You know what to do. Derek, you've been here for 8 years. You lead us.
That. You know what? You know what we should do?
Look at dirty.
We should have a fucking open tryout for head coach.
Dude.
Open tryout.
Open tryout for head coach.
What they should really do? They should have a fucking we'll
get Rex Ryan out there. We'll get all these guys. We'll get oh my gosh.
A secret vote.
So Ja, I don't want a quarterback. I do not want a quarterback. I definitely don't want Bryce Young. I'm just being 100% honest. I already told you guys the quarterback of the future is already on the roster. He's just got to get everything down. Once he gets everything down, bro, like I honestly feel like they're gonna throw him in. So I believe that's a whole nother year from now. I think DC is here one more year, and if it doesn't pan out the way they want it to, after drafting and everything, if it don't pan out, then DC is out the door, and that's understandable. But your quarterback of the future is already here. He's mobile, he has an arm, he's smart. It takes time for him. I'm talking Garbers.
Garbers, yeah.
Chase Garbers. You know what I mean? And there's a reason why he's the only protected player on the practice. He's always protected on the practice squad. You know what I mean? They don't want him to go anywhere else. They have a lot of faith in him. They believe like he can get it done. He's going to be 2 years ahead of any other quarterback that they draft. So I feel like DC's not going anywhere. McDaniels isn't going anywhere. So after realizing that neither one of them are going anywhere, I'm not as heated as some may be. I'm under the understanding that this is an unfortunate bump in the road that we have to go across. What I believe, once they get to the draft, they're going to draft some interior. They're going to draft some linemen, both sides of the ball, offense and defense. They're going to build that O line and D line through the draft. And then next year, it's going to be a whole lot better. And the following year, like I said, if it don't work out, then DC might be out the door. But I think Chase Garbers takes over. So I'm gonna pump my brakes on drafting a quarterback. There's bigger needs on this Look, you can go out and draft a quarterback all you want, but if you ain't got nobody to fucking block for him, what's the purpose?
Exactly.
No, that's facts, bro. You're right on that because we have other needs. We already have a quarterback, to be honest with you.
Quarterbacks.
Yeah, we already have
it too.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that.
I think there's some parallels, between the two coaches that we just had previously, and let me entertain you guys on it. We have Bisaccia, right? We have Bisaccia as our interim head coach, right?
Right.
When he was our head coach, what side of the ball out of the three took a dip? It was our special teams, right? McDaniels.
Yeah, he was a special teams coach too. Yeah.
He comes in. McDaniels comes in, and what side of the ball does everybody talk about?
Offensive, right?
Offense. Taking a dip, right?
Yeah.
McDaniels at this point has bitten off way more than he can actually chew. And he's not delegating his duties because as a head coach, your job is to rover. And if he's not rovering, if he's not going to players, right?
Yeah.
Not motivating them, not pulling them to the side, how does he have time for that? If he's supposed to run the offense and then still try to be the head coach.
Yeah, this is a bad thing, though, Twan. I mean, we have key players, but when they get hurt, we have no depth. Hobbs goes down, Perriman's out. We get all these guys that go down. We don't have Renfro. Then Waller goes down. I think that's why I'm agreeing with Dirty on this because we have other needs. We need to build depth on this team because we don't have the next man up to step up.
Well, that was an argument another argument that I've been putting out here is that, as much as we're scared of the word rebuild, we haven't rebuilt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and every attempt that we tried to rebuild was a fail. And the reason why I say that is how many people are actually on this roster that we actually drafted? You know what I'm saying? And how long do they stay on our team?
Well, and we just the Crosbys and yeah.
Every successful team builds through the draft. It's not through free agency. So when people are talking about, all the money is going to the offense and there's no money on the defense, you have to build through the draft. Free agency is a Band-Aid or a placebo to help you get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? But for longevity is through what I call cheap labor. It's through the draft.
Right. And now even the good players that we drafted, we're already going through the third, fourth year where now we've got to, pay these guys, right? Like the Crosbys, the Jacobs, Renfro, and Waller we got through Baltimore. But you know what I'm saying, though, now we got to pay these guys, and that's going to hurt us. So you're right. We haven't done anything to be, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And it was all timing. Everybody on the offense, the guys that they wanted, all the guys on the offense, those contracts were coming up. So they had to pay those. DC was coming up. Colton Miller was coming up. Who else was coming up? Obviously Waller, but we know that he had 2 more years on his contract or whatever.
Crosby was the other one. Yeah.
Crosby was the only one on our defense that his contract was coming up.
Yeah.
So they took care of those things. Everybody else on our defense that we kept, Hobbs, all those other guys, they're still on cheap labor. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the money didn't shift to the defense, or we didn't spend that much money on the defense as much as the offense. The offensive guys were the guys that we, first of all, we identified that we wanted to keep, and then second of all, their contracts were coming up.
Right. And so we have Josh Jacobs. Now we have Jacobs coming up, man. Is he going to stick around with all this bullshit going on now? He may say, man, I can go somewhere else and get paid. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The way all this stuff's going on right now. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying, though, right?
No, I get it.
28. Raiders 75-20. You're telling Jason to go and search Derek Carr's win-loss record. It says it all. It doesn't say it all. It does not say it all. That win-loss record does not say it all, bro. You have to look at the defenses that Derek Carr has had. A quarterback cannot be a winning quarterback without at least a decent defense.
Facts.
And coming up dead last for multiple years in the defensive category, that says a lot too. That says a lot as well. I'm not saying that Derek Carr shouldn't have no blame, but to have all the blame is unfair. A lot of his losses come from bad defense. And we never want to look at the defense. You never want to look at that fucking last touchdown the Colts had. These niggas couldn't tackle for shit.
Yeah, 35 fucking yard run. Like, it's garbage.
I believe his best defense was 20.
Mm-hmm.
JT, my brother, what's good with you, JT?
And that was 2016.
Yeah.
Links in the chat, bro. I know you ain't been through in a minute, man.
Is that JT?
I know the people want to hear from you. So I know you got some shit to say about, nigga, I told y'all I was gonna be right about this and that.
Fucking dirty. Is that JT?
Hold on. I want to give a shout out to my sponsor real quick. You know what I mean?
Free virtual girls.
XYZ. You know what I mean? Sexfine.xyz. Sponsor.
There's some holes in this house. There's some holes in this house.
If you see him, let him out. If you see him, let him out.
Look at Twan.
Here we go again on my road.
As we get distracted by the hose, dirty. I know you had more to say about that with the DC and the defense.
Hey, I want to hear the super upsetting news from JT.
Oh, here we go.
I want to hear the super upsetting news. Yeah, I mean, don't come on here talking about you ain't no Raider fan no more, though. I don't want to hear that shit.
Cry to you.
Only thing I don't want to hear. But let me hear the upsetting news, man.
I'm here, win, lose, or tie. I'm fucking Raiders till I die.
OG Fade, man. Nobody wants to ever talk about the defense, bro. I mean, God, let's go back and look at some of the defenses we had. Can you guys name me 3 good corners that we've had in the last
Charles Woodson.
Yeah, that's all we remember. He came back.
That's all we got.
Remember, he came back. He wasn't even
a corner. He was a safety.
Hold on, Dirty wasn't done yet though. He was gonna say 2 years, but it could have been 3-4 years, man. We were all gonna say.
I said, give me in the last 7 years. Name me 3 good corners that we
had. Asamoah, Woodson, and
7 years, bro. What you drinking, niggas?
7
years, bro.
That means when DC was playing.
Okay, just Charles Woodson.
Somewhat, but he wasn't a corner.
He wasn't a corner. He was a safety.
He was a safety. You're right.
Yeah, he moved.
Right.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen,
not at the 7
news is here, ladies and gentlemen. The shocking news, the super upsetting news has pulled up. I am all ears for the super upsetting news from my brother. You know what I mean? Representing that AZ life right about now by way of Los Angeles, California. My brother, the one, the only, the real Mr. October, Mr. JT. What's up, J Tizzle?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, salute, brother.
What's up,
Bottom,
JT?
bottoms up. Smoke him if you got him.
Welcome to the world.
So the upsetting news is I sent in my resume. I got a look, but I will not be part of the Raiders staff. That's one. Two.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You tried out for the Raiders?
I sent in a resume to the Raiders.
Oh, okay, that's good, man. I didn't know that. I haven't been around for a minute, so I'm sorry.
But Twan, you brought up an excellent point. I wasn't even thinking about that. But what I'm kind of hearing the rumblings is the locker room is have a division. There's team Josh McDaniels and there's team, I would guess you would call it Derek Carr and the vets. But the problem is the vets have no power, and Mark Davis is fully on board with Josh McDaniels and what they sold him. Now, issues that are going to conspire from this are guys who we will come to love with the Raiders, which is probably few and in between now, will probably not be with the team. And some high-profile guys might not even show up to camp next year. That's what the grumblings are if we move in a direction that it's going.
Hey, JT, when you say vets over Carr, I mean Carr is a vet on that team. Carr is probably the oldest player on that team right now.
You know what's crazy, JT? I said this shit about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. That the players are at the point where it's us or the coach.
I said it 4 weeks ago when I seen it, and what I've kind of like I got into like a debate with Phil, and like I ended up getting like NFL Premium to look at tape because I was disputing his fact about the O line. Now I've been on the O line hard.
Have a good one, Gilbert.
I don't think the O line is as bad as they are. I think the positions they're put in and the scheme makes them a lot worse than what they are. But after looking at the plays, realizing that he wasn't getting the time that Pro Football Reference is quoting, because I actually timed it myself, I did notice that the plays that Josh calls for one half to the other, there's no cohesion with it. He doesn't go back to what works. Right. Like what works in the first half, he totally abandons in the second half, and it's like he tries something new. I hear when people say
scripted, man. The first half, they're all scripted. But you know what? What's funny though, Jason, is that you didn't see all these trickery plays in New England, right? With Brady, he trusted.
That's the freedom he has as a head coach now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Again, that's part of why New England was so successful, is because they had a disciplinarian in Bill. Like, he would be like, "Hey, you getting ahead of yourself, young guy. Stop with the bullshit. Let's get back to what Old Faithful. Nigga, run the ball. All right, if we need to pass it, we can pass."
Right. Okay.
But Josh now has full control over play calling. It's 100% sure that Josh is the one calling the plays now. I just think Tom, or whatever his name is, Mike, is just a film guy. He is running tape. He's running film. He's just giving him statistics and stats. I'm like, shit, I could do that, and I could do it better than he can.
Right.
but from I was able to talk to a former Raider who's now with the Dallas Cowboys in big time, and that was part of the reason why he was gone. Is because he was one of the other vets on the team who was a leader, but he was part of the old regime. He was on Team DC. A lot of guys who were Team DC or Team Vet was a big voice in the locker room are all gone. Majority of the vets that are on the team are Josh McDaniel guys. Like honestly, we only have I think 5 or 6 guys who've been in the league more than 5, 6 years. Most of the guys are barely past their rookie contract. A lot of guys, as you say, worth ethic and putting in that extra time and doing all that, they're young guys. They don't know any better. They've been in college. They've been catered. Like college isn't. It's not. This isn't. This isn't the Lou Holtz like college era or Pete Carroll college era where guys were prepped for the NFL. Most guys that are coming out of college are built to play college ball and fit a college scheme. They have to learn how to develop to be pro players. Some guys have it naturally, a lot of guys don't. If you don't have a guy who caters, if you don't have a coach that caters to their players, you get the situation the Raiders are in, or you get like how the Jets were last year, or like teams that are now turning the corner. Like you'll get what they were.
Miami. Yep.
I mean, but again, like
Yeah.
a lot of things that are happening with Miami is because they have a coach who adapted his offense to the players he had. Granted, he got some good pieces. Granted, he had things that he could work with, but he still adapted his play calling to maximize his team's success. He's
Right.
putting his team and taking full advantage of what they have ability of. They're full of speed. So what does he do? He puts them in position to where he can get on one-on-one and they can utilize their speed with Waddle. They can utilize their speed with Tyreek. You overload on one guy, the other guy's going to be, we don't do that. Now, do we have a guy who can take the top off the ball? We actually do, but he just doesn't get no burn. We have a couple of guys who have top speed and they can stretch the field. We don't do that. But even
Right.
if, unfortunately, even if we tried to do that, I don't think our online could block that long.
Right.
To run a 3.5 to 4 second route. I don't think
Yeah.
we can. Well, not off the rip, not to start the game.
No, you're right, man.
Um,
It starts in the trenches.
yeah,
I
and
agree with you on that.
even then, I'm gonna be honest. DC ain't trusting this line. And that's why the West Coast scheme works. It works so well right now. The quick, just get the ball out, and it works with getting the ball out, getting your guy in space, letting them create. That's what we're working with Devontae right now. We don't need Devontae to run a 15-yard route, man. Get in the ball 5, 6 yards. He's gonna get you 9 to 10, and if not,
Yeah.
he's gonna stretch it out to get you 20.
Yeah, he's got the
So,
yak, bro. He gets yards after catch, man. Now you got to give him that. That
yeah,
boy, man.
but all of our receivers can do that outside of Hollins. Hollins is the possession guy, but Renfro, get him in space. He's gonna get you 20 yards. Waller's gonna get you 20 yards. Jacobs is doing great out the backfield this year. Abdullah is that type of guy, but we're not. I mean, kind of recently he's starting to do it, but I mean, it's only gonna be for a half. Like
Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like a self-sabotage, man. How you start looking at the games and you just turn the volume off and you just look at it. It's like it there. It it hurts my mind to try and figure out where he's thinking this fits and how the game management, how the game is developing, the in-game decision making. Like it's like it's a year where you can play around to try and see what you have. But like last week, he said we're going to start playing some of our young guys. How many young guys did he really play to see what we got? We played. Well, I mean, I think White got one rush. I mean, Abdullah didn't get no rushes. He was just catching the ball. Bolden didn't get no touches. I mean, who else was activated that was young? That shit us all time. I mean, if you're going to assess your team and look at the talent that you have and the guys that you drafted, you only really played 2, 3 young guys. You know, I know. Moraine, he's in a sophomore slump. That happens sometimes. So we got to see how he adapts.
So
in year.
Jason, a lot of people are. You say the coach leaves? Do you think Josh leaves, or do you think DC leaves, or give him one more year? What the hell is fucking Dirty putting up right now? But
He's trying to bring my spirits up because
yeah, he is
honest
fucking Dirty, man.
I personally think this is DC's last year, and Waller will probably be traded in the offseason as well.
Yeah, I can see that because we can get something out of him, even though we just paid him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid that Josh Jacobs may not mean.
Why would he sign here? Unless you're going to throw him the bag, which he's not going to get. He's gone too.
See, man.
So I'm like I said, the Raiders are in as of right now. This is just my opinion from what I'm seeing, and just based on the decision making that's happening, the full support and how the narrative is going.
Right.
This is our first full time trying to rebuild from the bottom up. And that means you have to break it all the way down. You have to hit the draft.
I think you got to start from the top. Start from the top and all the way down.
They did already. They did that last year. That's why they brought in this management. So the top is already there. Now you assess what you have. Well, we really don't have decent youthful players that you could build upon outside of Max. Like I said at the beginning of the year, there was only 2 people who were untouchable this year, and that was Max
Crosby.
and DC. Yeah, Crosby and DC. Now it's only Crosby. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Nate Hobbs might be gone too. Hobbs might be trade bait.
Hey, you know what, JT? I find it interesting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going off of what you're saying. I find it interesting that 2 people that we know are vocal are out the window. You know what I'm saying? Like people may not realize it, but Hankins talks. You know what I'm saying? He talks smack too. Like I've seen him. You know what I'm saying? He's vocal. That's one. And then guess who else in Green Bay? And he loves DC.
I know.
I could say there's more.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know there's more, but I just find it that those 2 people, you know what I'm saying,
were shipped out in the middle of the season, but they were trying to ship out Waller supposedly before the trade deadline. They were trying to ship him out before the trade deadline, but they couldn't get they didn't get what they wanted, so they're just going to sit on it.
Hey, we the people. He may have had a tough debut for Green Bay, but he still went home and got it. He still went home.
Gotcha. And we the people, I said, in order to do a full rebuild adequately, you have to start from the ground up and break everything down. That's what a rebuild is. What the Raiders have been doing is not a rebuild. It's a revamp, or you know what? I see things I could come in and fix. I just need to add my touch and maybe a few pieces. That's what every coaching staff has been doing since 2015. We've never broken it all the way down. I mean, John Gruden was the first to really try it, but even then, he didn't completely break it down. He just made 2 really good trades, but what we got out of it wasn't successful. But now this regime is they're doing it their way and they're breaking it all the way down. They're getting rid of everything. So I'm being honest with you, man. This y'all thought the season was gonna be rough. Wait till this off season. Now I could be wrong. I could be wrong. They could bring DC back. They can fix everything. They could go full on defense in the draft and the offseason and spend all the money on the defense and prove me totally wrong. But I mean, but just by the looks of things, how things are moving, conversations, what people are saying, what I've been told,
Hey,
how the
bro, they're
locker
going to
room.
bring DC back. That's why Devontae Adams came here. So
You
they
could
got to
you
give
could
it one
you
more
could say
ride.
that, but now he got the contract signed. I ain't got to do shit for you no more. I got you on paper. I own your rights. Either you play for me or you don't play for no one.
Yeah.
So I don't that argument does not. It's null and void now. I got that signature in ink. So I mean,
That's
what
true.
he's gonna
That's
have to
true.
do is kind of what Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, all the guys who just sat out and didn't want to play. I can see that happening.
Yeah. That's
I
true.
mean, and like I said, these last two seasons have been so trying on DC. It wouldn't be surprising to see him retire. So the shit he had to deal with that's never fucking happened before in the NFL. Now he's got to go through his coach sabotaging not just him but the team, going against him. You know, for guys he's willing to die for. And then when you finally see that, damn, they've been playing me this whole time. That's what the tears were about. It's like you sold me on something.
Shit, man. The last game in Oakland, they were throwing nachos at that guy, at DC, man. I mean,
That's
he's a
Oakland though.
rare.
That's
Yeah, but
Oakland. But I'm talking about,
yeah, but you know what I'm
and
saying, though. I mean, he
yeah,
still
but
goes
no,
through it.
these are guys you suit up with. You know their family. They know your kids.
Right, right.
They
Oh, yeah.
probably heard your kid. It's a different family. Like I know your kids by first name. Then my kids
Yeah.
might call you uncle, and
Yeah.
you've been two-faced with me and my kids. Come on, man. That's a different feeling. That type of that's like almost like feeling like abandonment.
Yeah. No,
I
I hear
feel
you,
like
brother. I
my
hear you.
family, for everything I put into like that. Like if you really listen to it and you play, you know exactly you know exactly how much he's put into it, how much he was invested, and how much they sold a bullshit lie to him. And the guys who are really only upset are the vets. You don't hear none of the fucking young guys, or none of the former New England or former players who played under Patrick Graham say anything. They don't even get called for interviews or even go up for interviews. You know,
Hey, Jason, do you think moving to Vegas was probably not a good thing, too, though, if you really think about
no,
it?
hell no, it
Because
was
he's
a great
playing on the
move.
coast. You don't think so?
If I'm thinking like that, that's a financial move, and that was an excellent move. Like if you're gonna
But
talk
I'm
about
saying personnel wise, like Ruggs got in trouble. We've had Arnett, all these guys.
no,
Do
he
you
would have
think
did that
that
in
maybe some
Oakland.
of the other guys are getting in trouble? We just don't know about it, or you know what I'm saying, or going into that
I mean,
way.
I can't say that because you could still go to a club in Oakland and still drive 120, 125, 150 in Oakland. That's just you being an adult and being smart and not being just
No, I
reckless
get you.
and
I get
careless.
you on that. Yeah,
Yes. The underlying factor is yes, it's in Vegas. It's more accessible. There's a lot more things to get
24/7.
into.
Yeah,
Yeah, but in actuality, like you have outlets and outliers, like things that can help you out with that. Like he went to Top Golf. He left
yeah,
Top Golf.
yeah.
So so it's not like he was out there just turning up on what I'm saying, on Vegas Boulevard. He went to Top Golf.
Yeah, I know, and nobody tells you to go 150 miles per hour either, man. Fuck.
I mean, but when you have a Corvette,
No, you're
sometimes
right.
Hey,
you at Top Golf, a little bit in you, you got a Corvette. It don't take that much for that bad boy to get up that easy.
hey,
And
Yeah, but
when
I'm
you
just saying
in
that
the car,
the accessibility of having that 24/7, knowing that after 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, you can still grab a drink at the bar. You
but you could
know,
do that in other places too. You could do that in New Orleans. You can do that in LA. You can do that in New York,
Miami, yeah,
Miami. I mean, you don't hear that in other places that have the same accessibility as Vegas.
yeah.
hey.
You don't hear nothing. You don't hear nothing about the Raider players betting or anything. So it's not that.
Yeah, I was just wanted to get your opinion on that, bro.
If there's
Nah, I
will,
mean, business wise, it was a great move. I can't fault Mark Davis for doing that. And Mark is moving like a guy who owns a team. Man,
Yeah,
I'm looking at the green line, the red line. Like honestly, if the season ends the way I think, I'm honestly probably come on here and say, "Hey man, fuck that building. Just go to the parking lot, have fun in the parking lot, but don't spend your money inside that building. If you're gonna give us a half-ass product and sell us on a bullshit narrative and sell us on dreams, then we're gonna show you how it's gonna affect your bottom line. Like we gotta force you to give us a winner at this point." So the only thing he's going to see is his the money is the underlying factor. When the money stops, they'll listen.
yeah.
And honestly, we're the fan base that will actually there's probably two other fan bases that could and might do it, and that's Dallas and Philly. Besides us, and honestly, I think as much as I don't like a lot of other content creators, I think y'all have the content creators who can actually set that up. Hey man, we're not supporting this product. We're gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? And I could go to a bar and we can, congregate there, and I'll have more fun there than I would spending $400 fucking dollars in your stadium to get
Right?
watered down beer, some BS food.
Yeah, no shit. Facts, bro. No, you're right on
I mean,
that.
I mean, we might have if we want to get what we want, because we all want to win at the end of the day. But I have to think as an owner, I don't need to win. I just need to make a profit.
Okay,
I
now
know
you
you
sound
do.
like Mark. Now you sound like Mark Davis, man. You don't.
But
When you
that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like Mark Davis doesn't have to be a fucking football guy. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to win. His winning is getting a profit. That's what
hey,
he wants. He needs to get profit. He needs to make money. He needs to settle himself and his family. That doesn't require you winning. That just requires you filling up the stadium, giving something that's entertaining. Why do you think he keeps bringing all these celebrities to the game? People can
no,
get
you
photos.
got
They
the
can take
NBA team,
Snapchat.
the women's ABA team too, right? But
But yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, that wins. That just looks nice. That's just tax write off money, man. He doesn't make money off the WNBA team. They lose money. He loses money with them. That's just he breaks even with them because he gets a super tax write off for that because all the money he puts in to the business. That's smart business. $30 for nachos. You are god damn. But I'm
yeah,
saying like
it's expensive.
if we want him to hear us and we want to get a product, you got to start speaking their language. Their language is only green. And this is the telling off season in how we turn. Right now we're at the fork in the road. Once the end of the season, whether we're gonna go left or right, I can't tell you, man. But I
You
know
have to admit, though, he made the smart move by moving to Vegas because even if the Raider Nation doesn't show up, the other teams' fans will because it's in Vegas. So
it's
he's
not
gonna
gonna be
make money.
again. Well, I mean,
He's
he's
gonna
gonna
make
have to
money.
depend on that. He has to depend on that. But I'm saying if that's what you depend on, But
Yeah,
he's also depending that Raider Nation still shows up. But if we don't show up, now you got to move drastically. Now you're going to have to start listening to these crazy ass fans who are demanding we need better.
Yep.
I need you to put out a competent team that you're showing you're just as invested as we are. You have honestly, this fan base is more invested than the team is.
Well, shit,
Some
man.
of the players,
My A's are moving out there now too, man. So, how do you think I feel, man?
I'm not saying you don't have to show up to games, but I don't show up to games when I get a bullshit product. Not saying I don't support the team. I can support you in other ways. I don't got to support you by showing up and give you my money. I can support you after the game when you come out. You had a hard game. Hey man, we here for it. We cheering you on the way out. You can support a team another way, but to support a bullshit product that's only detrimental to my life, causing me stress and frustration. Why would you spend your money on that to even piss you off even more?
What you think, Twan? I want to hear Twan's voice. What's up, Twan?
I'm soaking all this up, man. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that he said that that I've been thinking and just haven't really put out there. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of valid points. You know what I'm saying? Like I put out there. You know what I'm saying? The thing of no flight. No flight zone. You know what I'm saying? Like if you live in Miami, you know what I'm saying, and the Raiders is playing Miami, then go see them. You know what I'm saying? But don't fly all the way out to Vegas, you know what I'm saying, spending thousands of dollars to see this product. You know what I'm saying? If you live in LA and they playing the Chargers, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
don't fly all the way out to Tennessee to go, you know what I'm saying, and spend all that money on this product. So I'm with JT on that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can drive to get there, cool. But don't be buying flights for this team at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well said, brother, man.
Something has to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if that's the way that we got to get their attention, you know what I'm saying? Like even if Allegiant Stadium is full of you know what I'm saying, Kansas City Chief fans, you know what I'm saying, on that day, you know what I'm saying, Mark Davis is gonna see dang, there's hella red in here, where why is it not blacked out, you know what I'm saying? So that's still, you know what I'm saying, puts a thought in their head, you know what I'm saying, like,
and not enough of them are going to travel. They might go to that first game, but then after they see that bill that they got, ain't nobody else they're not gonna keep coming to that stadium. They're not.
No,
I
that's
mean,
a good point. That's a good
so
point,
we
though. It's a
gotta
good
take a
point.
hit. I'm just saying, if you gotta take a hit, I mean, if you buy season tickets, man, hey man, the same way that he's trying to make a profit, you make a profit.
Right. No, that's a good point, though.
I mean, it's not like you're gonna stop buying your season tickets, but I'm just saying, man, you can buy season tickets, but nobody's happy. I mean, I know I'm probably the one person who sound the happiest because I understood what they were trying to do, but how they're going about it and applying that, they're not they're not addressing anything, and usually it's like in a means to an end, but I don't see it. I don't see where this ends. It's not ending good. He's not developing rapport with players. Players are upset. They're not going to want to play. They're not going to want to do another year with this guy unless they were told at the beginning of the year, which they never were. We're doing this. I mean, I could see it, but then the post game messages will be different.
So
Guys want to be looking so deflated. Guys want to be so dejected. Guys want to just be like, it's like these motherfuckers is looking at ghosts. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I've come to the realization that everybody that's here is going to be here next year.
That sounds like different thinking.
They're gonna make a run at it. They're gonna make a go. They're gonna use their draft picks. You know what I mean? They're gonna address some things with those draft picks, and if it don't pan out next year, then they gonna part ways with somebody. Somebody's leaving if it don't work next year. I
Um,
think I
I
think
agree
they're
with
getting another year, bro. Honestly, I think they're
you
getting another year.
No, I said, yeah, I even said you got to give him 2 years.
yeah.
But in giving you 2 years, you can't lose the fan base and the locker room in the same year. We ain't even 12 games in, and he's already lost the fan base, and Darren lost the whole locker room.
That's a good point right there.
You
But
can't lose both.
you
Like you
gotta
got
give it
to,
2 years, bro. You gotta give it 2 years. But you're right. It's a very good point. Half season, he's already lost the locker room. You're right. But whose
no,
fault is it?
he lost the fans. Now he's losing the locker room. He still has. This is the whole issue. He has half the locker room. It's a divide.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a big divide right now. Like this was the whole reason why he couldn't keep Rich on his staff for this particular reason. Now everyone sees why he couldn't hire this guy because this is exactly what was going to happen, would have happened, and they would have said, "Hey, man, we don't want this guy. We have this guy. We follow him." And then imagine if Rich was still here, the position he would be put in.
Yeah, that's true. That's a
Like,
very good point there.
and
Because
but the thing is, Derek's in that position now. He's the one who has to narrate, and he has to talk to Josh, and now he has to relay the message to guys who probably don't even want to hear what Josh has to say. So Josh is telling him, "Hey, man, I need you to relay this information to the offense. Hey, man, they're not really listening to Patrick Graham. I'm gonna need you to relay this to Max and Chandler and Perryman and the DBs." Hey, what, bro? I'm still worried, still working on my offensive line. Now I gotta relay messages for the defensive coordinator or the DB coach or the linebackers coach.
I'll be honest with you, man. I wouldn't blame DC if he left, went to another team to start fresh.
Look,
Because
man,
I wouldn't blame him.
I'm about to say,
I think when DC leaves, he's done with football. Once he leaves here, he's done.
He
with
is,
football.
huh? Yeah, he says it's Raider for life, but
I
there's
think,
so many
yeah,
fans that are against him he gets a lot of blame that he's like, yeah, and Dirty's right because he did say once I'm done, I'm done. I mean,
I
he's a Raider for
mean,
life, but
I want to
I
say
wouldn't
that,
blame him.
but these last 2 years have left such a bitter, bad taste in his mouth. He might start developing resentment for the Raiders.
I agree.
And let's be honest, and I think Denver could possibly eat a percentage of Russell Wilson's contract and bring him in.
Oh, put him in the same division.
I would. If I got any resentment, I definitely would do it.
Wow.
I would.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I could see that actually.
With DC being the guy that he is, you know what I'm saying, that to bring a team together, you know what I'm saying, and we seen that last year. He was pretty much the glue to that team last year. You know what I'm saying?
He was like the coach.
When everything fell apart, it was DC standing up there at the press conference. It was DC saying, "This is what we're doing. This is," you know what I'm saying? And and again, we say this all the time. This is speculation, but to me, I think that DC is having that conversation with McDaniels and saying, "Hey, I know what works with this. I know what works with these guys. You know what I'm saying? I know what I know what we can do to get this going." And I think McDaniels is so hard-headed that he's bucking against what DC know works. You know what I'm saying? Or
and it's going in 1 year. Twan is going in 1 year and out the other. He's just counting. He's like, "I'm just counting seconds until you get out of my office."
No, Twan made a very good point. I totally agree with you on that, Twan. I think they're butting heads because
and that's what I'm saying. How many? And this is what's like frustrating is last year. Absolutely right. DC was the glue. with a couple other guys, and he was the reason why we went as far as we did. It didn't stop us from still ridiculing him, killing him, talking about how he's not that guy. So but while you're winning, that message isn't resonating as much as it is now. All these one-score games that we're losing, the message is now full force. I don't give a fuck about you. That's what I would take from everything I'm getting. Now we don't even know what's in the DMs. I don't even know what's on his page. I kind of know what's on his page. Motherfuckers posting on his page. People posting on his wife's page, website. It's bad right now. So if just you know how bad it can get. And that's just from Raider fans. Imagine all the people who are impersonating Raider fans who don't like Raider Nation, trying to make us look bad, who can be from Kansas City, who can be from Denver.
That's too much, dog. You don't need to be talking about. You don't need to be talking about somebody's wife. Talking to somebody's wife.
You don't do that shit.
Like
that's kids.
Come on now.
Go to look at her page, Twan. Go look at her page.
I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, whoever's doing that, like, grow up, man. Like, for real. Like,
I mean,
you talking to somebody's wife?
I'm telling you, these are the same people that burn their jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know why you talk about Mahomes' girl, because Mahomes' girl is wilding out. You know what I'm saying? She be doing the most. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about his brother?
Well, she's putting it out there, man. That's just putting it out there.
But even
Mahomes might be wilding. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why people would be jumping on her, but DC's wife, we barely. The only time we see her is in family pictures.
I'm about to say, I don't even. I rarely know what she looks like, but
I've seen her. To be honest, I'm not looking for her.
But I'm saying, man, like, remember, and a lot of people wonder why I get on the fan base. It's because I see this shit and I hear this shit, man. Like, I get shit from the fucking Indianapolis Colts fans because they hit my fucking DMs on Twitter, or the fantasy fucking clowns who are losing games. Hey, you lost me this game. I'm like, what? That's not even them.
Are you serious, man?
Go look at my Twitter, bro. Go look at my Twitter. Like, it's crazy. It's like, bro, y'all motherfuckers can't even read. So I know he's getting some shit. Not some. He's getting a lot because it's bad right now, and that's just. And when you think it gets bad, there's other people impersonating Raider fans with fake accounts or just other trolls. He's getting it tenfold right now. Because let's be honest, DC is not loved in Raider Nation. He has love, but he's not loved. And now, because we're losing, people think it's justified that I can express how I truly feel. I knew you were a bum. You fucking suck. Yada 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 yada.
Yeah, they don't say anything about our defensive coordinators or anybody in our defense. It's all on Carr, and that's why.
Yeah, but honestly, that's why I come to that conclusion, man. DC will always be my quarterback wherever he plays, but I want to see him in another jersey next year.
Yeah, and you know what? And I'll be honest with you. If he jumped on another team, it doesn't mean I'm gonna rock with that team because I'm always.
No, that's like if my kid goes to SC, I'll wear his jersey, but I still won't cheer for him.
Haters out there. I mean, DC haters out there. But
I just can't, man. I can't,
man. We don't have Renfro. We don't have Waller on the. He doesn't. We always said, okay, this year will be his year if he has the tools. Guess what? 2 of his tools have been dropped, right? Waller and Renfro. We got Adams, yeah, but they're going to double team him. I mean, these guys got to be intelligent and just watch the game and know it takes an O-line, like Twan was saying, starts in the trenches. Josh Jacobs will succeed if the trenches are, if we get, in the trenches too, right? just comes down with all that. I just get tired of it, man. But
Fade,
I will criticize him if he messes up. But you know what? A lot of guys are saying we should get Josh Allen. Well, guess what? What did Josh Allen do yesterday? He was throwing picks in the red zone. He threw what? He's thrown 7 in the last 3 games in the red zone. But you don't hear about them talking about, oh, we should get Josh Allen now. Carr only has, I think he has 4 turnovers this whole year, right?
He has five interceptions, but he threw three in the first game of the season.
Right. Oh yeah. The very first game against Chargers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but after that, yeah. I mean, I think he's lost maybe two games, but out of that, man, it's been a whole team thing, man. That's just my opinion. But and everybody can say what they want to say, man. But
I mean, it's just so bad. I can't even. I'm trying to properly assess the team to see what our flaws are.
Oh, it's crazy, bro.
It's hard trying to is he really this bad, or is it I'm talking about, I'm not just saying for Carr, I'm saying I know this defense isn't this bad. I know they're not. I know statistically, I know when I see statistically, but sometimes statistics can lie, man. Numbers can lie in sports. Especially if you have an incompetent coach who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing and is stubborn and refuses to change.
But JT, my and not to cut you off, but I really have to get this out. My issue is not really the scheme, but can we tackle?
No shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know.
If we could just do that. If we could just tackle.
No. They could tackle. It's just the effort of play. I mean,
that's what he means, though. That's what he means.
No,
put some effort into the tackling.
Yeah, there's effort, especially when there's effort from the guys who had incentives in their contract, and you see it. The guys who have incentives, you see the effort. You see the tackling with them. But the guys who don't have that, if you're gonna put me in a bad position and you know I'm uncomfortable here, I'm gonna do my best.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, Twan. You know how many tackles we're gonna miss this next game because of all this shit coming out. Because of all this shit that's coming out now, the locker room's divided now. Some guys may just say, "I'm out of here." Right? I'm hopefully that doesn't happen. I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
I'm about to shock you right now, Fade. I got us winning. You know why we're gonna win? Well, I mean, wait, are we playing? We're playing Denver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who fired Josh McDaniel? What team did?
Denver.
Who has a vendetta against somebody? So who might actually be up for coaching a great, complete game?
I hope you're right, brother.
Ronald McDonald.
I hope you're right.
So, unfortunately, gentlemen, we have come to the end of the show. It's just an hour and a half. I was just going an hour and a half, 12 o'clock, but I got daddy duties. So, any final thoughts? Start with JT. Final thoughts.
Yeah, that's it.
We've had our final thoughts for the last hour, brother, so we're good.
We're
good.
I'll just say I'm at a loss for words because I can't say what I want to say. I just can't. Not yet. Maybe.
I believe my wife is off tomorrow. I believe my wife is off tomorrow night. So if my wife is off tomorrow night, I should be in the building uninterrupted. You know what I mean? If my wife is off tomorrow night, I should be in the building uninterrupted. And we can definitely have a longer chat and talk about whatever the fuck takes place tomorrow. Fade, you anything?
No, just appreciate you having me on, brother, and always like being on with Twan and Jason. I mean, they always have some good takes, and with you as well. Thanks for having me on. God bless. And
almost, Kev.
You guys are always cool, man. I always like being on with you guys.
Yeah, I love you too, Fade. But I'm almost there, Kev. I still got patience, man. But they trying, man.
Twan, what you got?
You know what I'm saying? Blessings to everybody that's under the sound of my voice. Thanks for Dirty for allowing me to say what I have to say and get some stuff off my chest during this time. Also,
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna plug anything. You guys, most of you guys know where I'm at. If you guys don't know, you'll figure out sooner or later. But I will say to everybody, please be a donor. That's it.
I
Please
thought
be.
you were gonna say. I was about to say. I got something to say, Dirty. Become a donor. You can save a life.
Yeah,
That's
you
my
know what,
last
man?
thing. Become a
Twan, I
donor.
got you. I got your Instagram. I had to move during the week.
It's all
So I'm gonna
good.
go.
Whenever,
I'm gonna
whenever
no, no,
you
no,
do
no,
it.
no. I was being serious about it. Okay, so I'm gonna look it up and go through that. I've been out for a minute, right, for over a week.
Yeah.
Nobody's seen me around, but I did get it, man. And God bless you, man. All right.
Same to
Al-
you.
Alfredo, I'm not nice enough to have a channel. I'm too mean to people.
The menace. I appreciate the super chat, man. Appreciate that for real, for real. Much respect, much love for that. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 billion things on YouTube. The fact that you allow me to grace your screen for any amount of time is greatly appreciated. More than I can verbally express, man. Um, and as I always tell you, Raider Nation, no matter how much it rains, you can never stop the sun from shining. Raider Nation, YouTube, go get your motherfucking sunshine.